Is this a commentary? Yes. Tier 1 and then tier 5 and then I'm gonna do runs. I'm gonna just start going. Alright. See you. Oh no, do you remember? No, I don't remember. Was there a Finnish word? No, there's no Finnish words. I'm not gonna listen to myself. The run starts with like basic jumping sequence. There's nothing to special about it. I don't think there's need to be explained. Like the whole level is simple. Comment you fuck. Hey, oh no. Okay, now you cut the corner. No, I'm not gonna do that. You wanna know what's happening? Okay, you hear jump and curve left just when you jump. You can stumble cancel it. That's the one thing in this level you do. Next level is the more where it starts happening, but like this, these things are easy. This one, it's 4 running jumps and then 5 steps and into wall jump. Hey Ollie. The cave is so boring level. There's nothing happening. Just late trapping. This one is a good one. The most reset heavy level probably because of these wolves. You need the good RNG. They come close. And you don't need to care about the bat. For this part, I'm gonna actually showcase. When you embed, you hold action and then upright after you land, so you can turn. And then when she's close to parallel the wall, you hold roll or press roll, and then you hold upright again to angle herself, and then hold roll to make the flicker. It's the fast way to do it. There's a better sequence here. You can do two running jumps in onto pickup, but it's a bit sketchy. Hey, Tony Mer. And for this pickup, you want to pick it up on an angle where you can hop back, hit the corner a little bit, and then it drops down. It drops you on the right position. Basically, you can just angle, use her left foot and the corner with the right angle, or the position, and then angle and jump roll. Easy. There's so many words in Finnish from like. Tier 1 is so basic game, honestly. And here you can just have a straight line to the keyhole, you don't need to do any curves. The new setup is cool. You press forward, side flip, running jump into hold forward a little bit, standing jump, and then upright grab into standing jump. 3 running jumps. Like, I think these are basic things. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna go into basic stuff you can find anywhere. Hey Mikey, 80k. Here, this standing jump is pointless and loses time actually. So we don't do it anymore, but because my run is ancient, so haha. Is it weightlifting or something like that? But he was a big guy, and he was like, here, the normal thing. You wanna climb up somewhere on this tile, like these two tiles connected, because with that you can do 4 running jumps on the lever really easily. Hey, another kid. Hey, good afternoon. Like certain age group, world champion or European champion, 2013, 2014. Why am I talking so much in this? My early game in this run is crazy good though. This sequence I could, yeah. This sequence, not many do it. You have to hug this wall so you can land on this step here, and then you have to curve like really far out, curve back left to land on the slope and face forward when you land. It saves a little bit time, just instead of just running. That guy was way too strong. This one is just the wall bug. Does Lost Valley even have that much technical stuff? Oh, really? It's a weird word or name, but proper Russian word though, or name. Yeah. So for this one, you can go against the wall and then take one side step, but I have a visual like where you have to just hit Coupe and then you do a weapon turn into wall bug. And if you do it the way I do it, you don't get stumble here. You sometimes get the hard stumble. But if you get this outcome, it's the best one because you can just weapon turn into a pick up it right away. And then hop back and turn. And here, if you do running jump now, delay the next jump after one step. Like, you get one better jump there. You don't hit the ceiling. It was with J, I think. I think it was with J. This one is normal wall bugs. This is like why everyone does it, so I don't need to like. I'm not gonna comment on that. But I remember him like he was short. This next one jump, if you do this strat, you have to turn a little bit and then do a walk and jump, curve left. Otherwise you hit the ceiling here. So you have to curve left to avoid it and then late grab in the water. There's this another guy who was kinda big as well, like close to 100 kilos. And Yuri could just for a guy, because this level is Eric's favorite. Or anyone who runs Tomb Raider 1, everyone just loves this level. It's a nightmare. So I'm 174, 75. If you have a really bad day, you do not get out of Lost Valley. Just because the parring is so awful. Puppies as well. And like the sequences for this next part is like it's just done. I feel like I'm sure don't get eaten. That's pretty much it. There's this new sequence I've learned for this run, and it became a norm. Hey Dorita. So there's a stop before the jump. So there's a little block here. You use that as a visual. You want to land, it's like you're more to the right from it. And then you just weapon turn, hug this corner, then do a running jump into this wall. And unlike other wall bugs, you can't cancel that one with a roll, so you have to take the stumble. In TAS, it is possible to cancel, but it's super precise. Three steps here, and then 3 here, then 5 here, or 4 here, I think, or 5, 4. I found this setup, I wanna say I found this setup to do this wall bug, and for the longest time, I didn't even do it. Because I hated it. It's not super precise, but it's precise enough to lose so much time if you mess it up. How did I PB by a minute, mate? Almost. What is that? Hey Shadow, how was your stream? It's definitely one of the best runs I've ever done. After turn, you take 4 steps, and then running jump into standing jump. The sequence works.
Oh, okay. Have a good night.
This next jump, I'm not sure if I make it, but you can do a running jump here off this platform into another running jump. I didn't get it, but you can do it. It's faster than just going over the corner. And this tile, this one is the trigger tile for this level. So that's why we set it up and jump through this corner. Skip this tile, and it keeps the end open. So there's flip maps.
Wow. Why? Go to bed.
There's a good man back in 2019. I do step counting, but like it's not. I don't know. It's like when you play it, the game a lot, you practice. It's not like you think about it anymore. You just know where to jump, when to press jump. You like learn the sequences. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't think about it anymore. It just comes out like naturally. I think this is a little boring level. Nothing happened in this one. It's like a muscle memory, yeah, and then like it just. And you can, when you play enough, you can adjust what you see and where Lara is. You can adjust it too. That's like one thing you have to learn. So this one is really bad place because you have to kill these 2 lions really fast. And the way I time it is what time I'm gonna pull this block. And it's like a 16-17 pull, which is extremely good. And no, most of the time it's like 18-19. That's like average, I would say.
52 split for Wallabag. Not bad. Not bad. 4 levels under 9 minutes.
Did we kill Pierre in this run? I don't remember anymore. I didn't look at the folly actually. I don't think so. Yeah, I know. We don't trigger Pierre. We used to trigger him on this level and in this area, so he wouldn't appear later on the level. But now it's faster to just get him spawn on the last part when you're putting the keys, and just pray that he doesn't hit you. That's like, it adds a nice RNG into run.
Feels bad, man.
And for here, the way I look at it is these closest throws, like this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You jump on that third and just hold left. You land on the really close to the gate.
For the stream, because I didn't read the completely the rest of it.
Oh, I messed that up. That's bad. Pre-roll record. If you get out of water really close down here, you can get 2 running jumps on this hallway, and I only get 1.
2 long text to read it on one go.
Nothing special in this sequence. Down like in a.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was toxic as
This side flip is useless as well. It's easier to set up for the lever, but it's a little bit slower. And also, I got that one. I forgot. If you drop down on the right spot, where Lara's head is between these 2, like this kind of pillar thing. You can sidestep left, right after lever, and be on the right spot for a shelf bug. Saves a second or 2. Saves time anyway. And this level, or this area, is like really bad. I don't like it. Because there's a sequence you can do, like another running jump here where I didn't do it. Which the risk of stumbling is just so high, I don't do it. So for this part, how I'm doing YOLO shelf bug is really simple. I wanna jump that I land on the step here, where the step starts. So it's consistent how Lara moves when you hold up left up afterwards when you land. I wanna land here, then I hold left up, just enough that she goes kinda close to the edge, like this, and then it's really easy to use Lara's right foot and the corner here to align up the right position for shelf bug. It's really easy. But you have to know where to jump from. And like, if you know that you jump too late, you have to curve a little bit to make it little adjustment midair. Yeah, there's a lot of small things like they just made it sound weird, but like you have to somehow make something consistent. So you have to memorize certain inputs and certain ways jump, I suppose.
More realistic than it was before.
It's just 2 running jumps into fake grab. You want to land really close this one, like really close this one, because the further you land, the more you have to turn after you stumble. But if you land right here, you can turn very little. Oh, I'm gonna hit the wall, but like on a perfect wall, you bounce off the wall and you get super good. Like,
oh my god, what was that?
You don't spend too much time on stumbling. And here, it's either 4 or 5 steps, depends how you count. After this tile, that's how I managed to do. And then you land right on this, like a black dot row, basically. You can jump 1 step earlier even, make it even more perfect. Oh look, Gorilla didn't troll me. If only that hit that glitchless too. And for this part, you wanna do jump on this line here. Because if you do it in this line, and you grab right away, you get another running jump from here when you land. And then you press forward, angle a little bit, and jump. And then you can see these seams on the floor. That these are only things I look at here when I don't see this block. And try to angle myself. I'm like distance away from this, where Lara can push the block. So that's why I'm angling to the left, because I know I'm too close to the right. And when the block lands, I can press up and right away push the block. I'm trying to minimize the time I'm adjusting myself when I can already do things. And here, if you do a running jump into 3 steps running jump, you have to cut this corner really close and then late grab. And when you land, you can see there's a seam here. And depends how far I land here, I know when to jump. So if I know I'm really close to the seam, I know it's basically instant reach, then like normal running jump into late grab. You get this to cancel. If I know I land away from the seam, I know that I have to do one extra step. And then after cancel, this saves time as well. You try to take from this corner to here as straight line as you can, because this next jump here on the Magnum, stay on the left, because now when you land, you can take 2 steps and jump instead of 3. Like that. Otherwise, if you go too far to the right, you have to take 1 extra step, which loses time, obviously. TR4, but I'm not doing it because the route is outdated and I don't like it. And you wanna kill these lions
It's
the
not
way
bad,
that
it's good.
when you kill the last lion, you can really fast get on this lever. Oh, lever, the keyhole. Super simple.
507 first key. I think 505 is my best one. Or 505.
507 first key, that's crazy.
It's definitely good.
Was it? It couldn't be from 507. Hey, Ricket. That's really good volley. Hey, Danny. Yeah, that volley is really, really good. Could have been gold if I didn't hit the walls. Okay, so this level is a shit show. Um, this one, I have a easier way to do it. It's like I use the seam, climb up here, like where this really dark thing is, and then just hold upright and jump here and pray. That's about it. I don't have anything else to do. For it, just do it. The croc strat, do 2 shimmies, roll 2 steps, and then the later you grab here, by the way, the easier this wallback is, or more lenient it is. If you grab immediately or too early, the angle you do the wallback matters because you can avoid. Do you have a late grab? Because you can't overshoot this one with late grab. No, should we skip this part because it triggers me to see this? Oh. I failed this one, I think, and I lost 10 seconds.
The run is dead. No, it's not. Oh my god. That camera, when I saw Lara drop, was way too early. I
And
don't know why. It sometimes plays that early.
here,
Camera, when I saw Lara drop, was way too early.
when the texture, oh my god, when the camera, like the texture gets light, like a yellowish, you wanna press grab,
I saw Lara drop was
like now, and then do a standing jump, and try to like get as good curve as possible, but stay close to the corner, so you can do a running jump
I don't know why. It's
on the
sometimes
lever,
that early. It's usually
and then you do just 2 running jumps,
that
curve left, really at the end.
when you see Lara drop. But now it was like super early and I had to tap like 6-7 times to turn more. I'll rip that one.
This sequence, I don't think there's anything to be explained.
Or you can recover it.
Except this pickup, you wanna come from the left and then turn right because you wanna grab and then side flip left. Oh yeah, left. There is, but I don't wanna hear myself because my sound is quite loud against the game. So you can hear me twice otherwise. Hey, the Perpenture. Rest of this level is pretty simple. I'll explain the jump sequence after you get out of water. Because like there's nothing else in this level really. Obviously you want to climb up water like really left to minimize the amount you turn around. Hey Lena, thanks to raid. Then you sidestep and fail the roll. Stumble.
That was
It's magnificent, I know.
what a freaking mistake.
Heavily derby.
Still a good run. Like.
So the way I do this jump is you want to climb up on this wall. If you climb up here, you're doing more turn. You're losing time to just turn. So you want to climb up on here as left as you can, and then do a running jump. Hit this corner a little bit so it bounces you off to the left side.
Better run than this one.
That, and then you continuous running jump, and then when you get down, you cut the corner, and after this line, the next step, which is like somewhere here, you do a running jump. And then you just hold jump. You can do this jump like without stopping.
It's just the Midas. Stressful.
Stressful. Same. This.
I'm gonna lose quite a bit of time actually.
A little bit. It was only level I lost a lot of time. Like, not even a lot, but like I lost time. Everything else in this run, almost perfect, I would say.
Sucks.
Disgusting run, honestly, with this mistake.
+6 compared to I think.
Yeah, I lost 10 seconds in that level.
No, it was +9. Almost +10.
For this level, I changed my ammo route. So you want to shoot. I think it takes 10 shots to kill Crocodile with pistols. You want to shoot like 6-7 times. And then change the magnums.
What is SR?
Because the reason we do this is we try to
I was about to
make the ammo be. We
was
have like to make that we have ammo for Pierre in Tehokan. And these gorillas are important. Do not shoot them if they're too far away. They take 6 double hits to kill one of them. So you want to count that you only shoot 6. And if Lara misses one of them, you shoot only 1 extra. Like, it's important that you don't miss too many. Like that. Like, I knew that I shot 6 times and it was still alive. Just shoot carefully, the 1 extra. Iraq has some new strats for this level with the corner bug, but it's a bit monk-ass.
Or something. But it's not easy, it's frame perfect.
This sequence, explain it.
What side step?
Sequence starts after you fall off this block. So you wanna roll over the edge, land left side on the door here. Then you can roll, hop back and turn, and then do a running jump.
But it's not easy.
Continuous running jumps for this part. Like, it's really easy.
56 would be
Makes it consistent.
possible. It doesn't take a minute.
And just like every pickup in this game, you don't want to just, even if you can just do a running jump straight on it, you don't want to do it. You want to do a little curve that you land on the pickup, a little curve like I do. It minimizes amount of turn you're doing after pickup because I'm not rolling. Rolling is slow. And it's all these micro optimizations what adds up like in the run overall then. All these little things.
Oh my god, Poppy.
Fire strat, I don't know how to explain, just do it.
Well, who knows? It's hard to know because
This sequence only saves a second if you do it this way. I do it where I don't stop at all.
that's just like what if, basically. But it's frame perfect. Glitch.
I do you can grab cancel this one. Oh, I get it as well. One of the hardest grab cancels in this game. You have to press grab just when she's going to free fall, where her hands are like on her shoulder level. And you can do you can skip the stumble. And I don't kill the monkey who's running around there. really, to save ammo and time.
Didn't you and Phil's have like 52 or something? Hey, Suksuna.
And the same thing here. You want to do a jump and curve.
Please don't.
Minimize the amount of turns afterwards.
Yes.
And I really don't think the jump down here. I see Eric do it, I think. Yeah, Eric does the jump here after the pillar. I don't think it saves time. I think it's slower. And after that room, you just hope that this gorilla follows you. Well, I told you that because my voice is so much higher than the game sound in my VOD. Either you only hear me twice talking and the game on the background really badly, so I'm sorry about that.
Yes, it is.
And here, you wanna land like... It's hard to explain how I visualize this one. I just know the gap you will need for a wall bug. So you just run against this lobe. I guess like this circle thing is good. Just be somewhere here and then turn into a wall bug.
You would die.
And you wanna reset your jumping sequence on this thing so you can do a running jump on the pickup. Hey, DK.
Because you land like straight on the edge. Lara doesn't die.
And this is everyone's favorite Midas part. Party room. And here, I don't see anyone do this actually. If you... People just run straight here and do a running jump. But if you do a running jump and get even a little bit to the right, you can get a tunnel jump, like a longer jump at least, on the lever straight away. And minimizes the risk of getting stumbled.
Oh my god, I can't see fucking shite. No, it's similar, but...
And there's a trick I always go for.
No, it's
here, if you jump through this corner or like run through it, you can void, but it also gets rid of gorillas on this area. Like there's only one of... did I trigger them?
I do insist.
One is missing, but there's supposed to be 3. Usually.
Those ones you won't die when you swan dive.
I think I skipped them. And the amount of meds I picked in this run is very little.
When you would die, but you land right.
I basically picked 2 large medkits so far, and
yes, that makes sense.
I didn't use any, so I know that I do not need the med on this level either. I can just skip the next pickup and just do a running jump at the end. Like the dream is just to use a meds in Sanctuary pretty much. And for this part, it's basically just keep your lines really straight and efficient. Not too much like useless curving. Like from, like let's say this next corner, you wanna turn immediately the angle that you face the next corner where you wanna go. Like, no, like this basically. Yes, I'm finished. And then do 2 running jumps. And then I use this black bar here with the corner of the screen. You know my angle, and then you jump. It makes you go through. Hey Timmy. There's 2 ways to do this, like these gold bars. This is the fastest way, where you hop back and turn a little bit into side flip. In Glitchless, it's pointless. Like you just want to do a backflip, side flip, or jump forward because of the enemies are pushing you around so much. It's awful.
That alliance trigger is when you open the door. and you just step on
Oh,
it.
sub 6 Midas, that's crazy.
Wait, that was insane.
Yeah, it was insane Midas.
I don't remember checkpoint. I forgot it then.
I do not want to run against these splits.
Almost gold Midas. Nice. PogChamp.
And this next lever, you want to pull it like very left. As left as you can, basically. Because now you can hold upright and just drop down and grab right away. This sequence is standing jump, in the running jump, and then 6 steps. And then if you land here, you can do this with 1 less step, but I don't like it. So I do 3 steps, like I land +2. And then you aim the corner, the running jump. Get in the position, easy. Hold upright so you can turn right away. And when you do it, you want to curve like from left to right to left again, like a little tight so you can skip this tumble, like this. This gives the best sequence here. And for this, many people, they delay their running jumps. Like you can do straight in the running jump here into another one, curve to the right.
Oh, that was close. That was close. I usually do one side step. And then do the jump so you don't need to hug the wall that much.
And the rest of this level is pretty simple, like there's nothing happening, honestly. Just...
Oh my god. Some kid is just crying so fucking loud outside.
I had a massive problem back then. Couldn't focus. So, right, actually this one, you wanna do a swim back, hold action upright right when she clips up into jump. So if I go slow, when she lands, I'm holding upright to turn Lara and then jump immediately. Sometimes if your swim cornerback angle is good, you don't even need to turn. You can just do a running standing jump right away. But I turn always like very little, just to make sure that she grabs instead of like useless jump. There's a little better way to do this level, just slightly. The best way would be like the fastest is to grab a gold key where I'm going now first, and then these 2 keys I picked now. But the thing is, somehow the crocodile RNG is always so bad. Most of the time you lose a med, and it's not worth to pick up a med and use it, which is basically for almost 5 seconds alone, just to use one med pick or med pack. Because you have to pay it up and you have to menu it, so that's why I routed it like this. And yeah, this level is pretty easy now, like or simple. And my goal for this level is insane. We used to do a running jump and curve really tight right here. There's a little platform here you can use, and then roll in the running jump here, so you can avoid crabbing and climbing up. But it's actually faster to do this, and more consistent as well. Like sometimes your angle would be off when you do the running jump onto it, and then you just stumble or fall down. So Calling a gorilla Fanny. Not giving me the task boost. Oh, I forgot these memes.
Oh my god, like, stop fucking cock blocking me. You drunk.
So here, you want to hold sidestep, or 1 frame faster, or 2 frames, I can't remember, is you hold shift and walk back. So you walk back basically just on the first frame, so you click down.
Run, please.
Yeah, activate the
I could
windows.
say like few seconds, but no.
I redid my rebuild my PC, and I gave my parts to my brother, so he has my actual Windows copy.
Oh, Poppy. Poppy. Poppy just XD'd. Screen.
Oh, this is the run where Poppy first time XD'd in chat. Haha. For this part, you wanna try to pull this lever very right, so when you side flip, you can get up right turn right away. Hey Oscar, like that. And then you wanna stay on the right, more to the right than what I do here actually. You wanna shoot this crocodile and then roll. And normally, like the best way to do is come from the right, shoot the crocodile. When he goes back up behind you, you roll into little left curve into running jump on the corner. That's a little faster than this one. For this corner bug, it's resolution dependent what visual you have to use. I use this tile, this little black dot here. There's a black dot here, and it's with the screen.
Oh my god.
And then you do running jump into standing jump, and you clip up. If you miss the angle, like the first jump pad, you go through the corner where the little small magic back is, and you soft lock yourself. Climb up on the right side, so you can do running jump. Delayed walk and jump into swan dive. Hold roll to cancel it.
Why? I don't get this corner bug sometimes. Like you are.
This one is the fat. No one has that. No one does this one yet, at least. So the way you do this, there's a seam here. You wanna land like half or 1 step away from it, which would normally be a really bad landing. But the way I do it, I land. Just when she lands, I hold upright, so she turns on the stumble animation. And then I can do continuous running jump, skip 1 cycle of this. Like that. Normally, people would wait when the pendulum goes to the left, and then do running jump. I'm already ahead. Like, I just save a little bit of time. How do I remember this? I don't know, playing a lot. And this is the setup no one does yet. I'm only one doing it. You wanna climb up on the very not very right, but like on the right, and hope you have good RNG with this setup, because if the lion is here, you can't go for this setup, because no, you wanna actually, I'm lying. It's the other sequence you wanna climb up on the left. You wanna right. You wanna do this on left or middle. Yeah, I forgot, my bad. Because you have to climb up here, and if lion is super close, it can still hit you when you are here. And it's bad if it hits you. It changes Lara's position, and the setup is messed up after that. This is like a second faster than the other setup, if you can do it.
Hey K9 online. Hope you're
For this block, push it on the left, obviously, and then again up use the stumble animation and then hold up right to turn faster in the roll. All these little moves, they might be only 20 seconds in a 1 hour run, but that's the difference. The top runner and maybe the second one are like, that's the difference. It's all the little things you have to like learn. Hey Joe, good afternoon.
Hey Gafcom. It's so far
And this one again,
far away from it.
curve when you land on the pickup.
I don't like personally comments when like it might sound silly, but I don't like the comments like new record already something.
Yeah, I hate that. Fucking hate it.
Last 4 levels are so sketchy. Like last 5 and then
People are getting way too hypey every time, like 20 minutes into a run. And it's like, you know that the hardest part is like the last levels. I don't remember if I skip, because I know you can skip this med if you have a good RNG earlier on the game, so I haven't used a single med yet. Yeah, I don't pick it up. I know I have 2 large med kits on me.
No, but like it's easy part is done now basically for this game.
And if I don't use a med on this level, it
not
means the next
hard.
med,
It's just
like the only meds are basically in Sanctuary.
consistency, how you can keep it together, because it's a lot of technical stuff happening.
And for this sequence, you want to climb up kind of left, like very left as you can. And then standing jump, hit this bounce of this ceiling part. Then do it's like you don't do continuous running jump. You keep running like 3 steps and then running jump, land somewhere here where this thing is basically. And then you can do running jump and land like you can see the seam. You want to land as close to the seam as possible, but the way that you are still hitting a wall on the right side of this seam, because it doesn't work otherwise. Nice. And that gives you a good angle to do the wall back into running jump over the little platform. The swimming is just try to keep your lines straight. It's pretty much in every Tomb Raider. You want to go from A to B as straight as possible, not have any weird movement in the middle of it. Because it might not lose time like that much that you don't recognize it, but it loses time overall. And now get the magnums. Just kill up here. And I think I gold this level. I think I got like 619 or something. Really good pickup where you can pick it up while Pierre is dying. And for this one, it's just you turn. If you do, I've seen people do it like hop back. They can't do a running jump afterwards. They have to wait. You don't want to hop back here. You want to just turn, do a running jump, and then land on this step on the angle that you can hold a roll to cancel the stumble in the running jump.
Please be.
Yeah, that's 619. That's crazy good. And this is the setup. You can just go. You just hold up right Well, not upright yet. You when the level starts, you hold up and jump all the time up to this ledge. You don't press anything up except up. When she lands, you roll and you start holding up left and take 3 steps. That's 1, 2, 3, and then you press jump action and then side step, hop back, and then you can do the wall bug. That's the fastest setup and the least complicated one. I love this sequence when it works, not when it fails though. This level used to be one of the most chill ones. Like you could actually like kind of refocus on the run and just do it. But now it's so action packed that you have to focus on it. Your one mistake loses the run or kills you. Loses the run or lose so much time. And there's still something I didn't do for this. It's the wall bug without sidestep. Because for some reason this last wall bug is a bit weird. It's not like normal. So I didn't like it. At this setup, it's important that you don't hold forward when the level starts on the first frame, because her position is a bit different. You want to wait that the level starts and then press tap forward into roll and then up left swan dive, side flip into running jump, step forward. This window used to be like only IL strat, but then Icore found setup and it's really good and worth to do. So when you land, you have to hold forward, let go, and tap, start holding it again. So Lara goes like black, like she's in darkness now, basically in void, I think. And then you hold up and right, turn her, and use the camera. When the camera turns away from Lara, you know the angle is good. And then 3 jumps in the running side flip. And there's a better way to do this, is just do a normal running jump and late grab and hope that you get the distance. But I do a bit safer way. It's 2 walk steps into running jump, which is like delayed walk and jump basically. And that gives me the distance to late grab and makes this landing here consistent. And then I want to turn around, roll into standing jump, roll, running jump. This level is so good looking when it goes smoothly. It's so good. I didn't even do the fastest way for the here because I was so nervous. For this next jump, there's a way. You just have to learn. You want to get on the step between these 2 white, yellow things, basically. Like this one is perfect. That gives you the best step to make the yellow jump. I can't remember if I did it. I know I did it yellow, but if you know that you went too early or too late, you have to do a little curving that you can match the step on the corner. I went early, so that means that's in early enough to do extra step. And then late grab.
Oh my
That was
God,
so close though.
So fucking close.
That was so early step, like. And this one almost anode here.
Hey Phyllis. Hi then.
This one is
I'm not
just walk and jump.
Copy, I just don't want to read them.
And this next movement saves time again. You get on the step. You let go forward when she lands, and when after she lands, you start holding up left. So she turns while the animation, you can see it. She turns, and when you can move, you just keep holding up left,
the where
and she's on the pickup.
I start feeling
For every single
a lot
one of
more
these.
so I wanna focus more.
The same thing, except the last one here. I go forward into sidestep. I have to run away from the pillar. And we used to roll, which is slow. You do running jump into running jump, and then 4 steps here. Landing +3. I do 3 actually because I messed up the sequence completely. Yeah,
Fuck off.
I did this completely wrong.
Get nervous on this part.
You wanna do actually a running jump? I did standing jump here actually. What? But you wanna do running jump into 4 steps, which is landing +3. And you can land somewhere here and then roll and grab this ledge right away. Instead of this, what I did.
Fuck off.
And obviously it saves a little time. Do I use a look here?
I'm talking to Lara then, by the way.
Hey Edla, all these cool traditional. Feels bad. And here, don't roll after you get out the window. You do 3 jumps. You can see the jumps from the camera. It like moves every jump. So you know after 3, you just hold up left.
I'm talking to Lara then, by the way.
The roll is just unnecessary time loss.
I messed up.
Ah, okay, this is meme. Awful obelisk. For here, you just hold upright and action, and she clips through. And for these platforms, you do the exact same thing I did when I was picking these up.
Tutorials.
You hold up left after she lands, you can get fast keyholes. And I think I messed up the last one actually. I go really far away.
Yes,
Something.
Pathetic. Obelisk.
No, I actually didn't.
Hey, quiet bad person. Thanks for luck.
Mother run then.
I can barely
Yo,
see
Nexus,
time.
what's up?
Fine. I survived that scary jump.
Okay, now the most probably nerve-wracking level. Oh, also, I'm gonna show this one.
Jump.
When the level starts, you do running jump, right? And then you cut this corner really close and take 1, 2, 3, 4 steps into late grab. You land on the pickup instead of like curving from the right and doing extra nonsense. How many points to reveal Sanctuary Skip? I hope it was a 10, and I hope it wasn't a 10. This is just normal thing. For some reason, enemies can't attack you, or they won't usually, when you keep the certain distance between you and the enemy. And because of this route I have to pick this up, this ammo. And there's an edge. If you go really left, you can stop. Yeah, I failed it. Like you can do a stop into standing jump, and you get no stumble. And I have a really cool sequence.
I have to do the fucking ancient strats there.
Ancient strats. Like 2 nights ago, probably I learned the new strat, but there's a little sequence. You cancel stumble here, and then you land here. You can do YOLO wall bug, and then kill the guy after you come down, and it's a little faster. I like how I explained it. Ancient strat, and like literally like quite new. Insane. So at this point, I have no ammo for any enemy anymore.
The run can kill or die so fast. So yeah.
Every enemy now is just praying in this level. Just don't block me and we all good. And I know that I'm on good med. I'm good on meds, so I can pick, or I don't need to pick any of these meds. Because I have 3 large and 1 small now. You're a good man, yes. And here you can do continuous running jump, like normal 3 steps into cancel.
Really wish
Oh
I didn't
crap!
feel this much pressure. I feel like I can't handle it.
Yeah, this run is insane, honestly. I'm surprised I didn't choke. I usually do.
But I used to be really good with pressure. My hand starts getting.
And because I don't do safety saves anymore, like, it's just, if I felt something, it's most likely dead. This is just normal things. I don't know how to explain them. Just you can do them. And even though I was really low on meds, you want to use the small first, because if you don't want to over menu to a large one, because you have to use the small one anyway at some point. So why not use that one and pray for good RNG? Here, because I know I'm not using magnums anymore on this level. If you roll over this edge, you skip the first step, and then you can roll, grab into roll, cancel the stumble, because we used to pick up the magnum, which act as a stumble cancel. But because I'm skipping, you know, every enemy, I needed to just change the strat a little bit. Welcome back, Mikhail.
Hey, Mr. Hangman, it's going.
And after you get the second key on this level and you go use them, that was used to be the scariest part of the run, like on this level at least. Now it's the last room because we are relying on RNG, which is not consistent in like by any. The tier 5 run will have sound, by the way. I didn't know that my VOD is like this low, honestly, so my bad. At least you can see. So there's now 2 flying guys.
Sign, honestly, this is spooky.
So when you climb up here, you want to do 4 side steps on the right, and then 1 forward. You can do a wall back. Skip this climbing animation. Climbing up. You want to side flip in the standing jump. Hold right all the time, and then when you go over the edge, you want to hold action. So that means after you land, even if you're holding upright, you cannot run off the edge. So I grab, hold upright, get on the keyhole easy.
Oh, good. Please. Yes.
Yeah, those enemies troll so often. I think Erok did like 5 runs, and most of the runs what I saw in Sanctuary, he just got pushed everywhere by them. And here is the new, like one of the newest glitches at the time, I would say. I think, where we can skip the underwater current by just when it activates, we save and load. And for whatever reason,
it's far from
the door is open and it cancels the current, and we can just swim back. That saves 17 seconds over the glitches away. Well, We used to do corner bug, so it's even more in glitches.
So when
But
the
yeah,
current
17-second time save on this level alone.
when the 658 happened, it's the one.
And
It's
now,
the one time I killed my run almost on purpose.
now comes the hardest, not scariest, sketchiest part.
That's called-
I don't know
like,
who
I
found it.
just don't wanna
Maybe it was Icor. But if you walk backwards after you pick the key when the gate opens, like 2 steps, angle to the left,
Pace be like really good on.
and then do a running jump
I'm so relieved when
and
it
go away from the stairs on the
Imagine being relieved
big
when one
room,
dies.
the melee enemies do not attack you for some reason. They can attack you, but I have no idea why. They ignore you most of the time, but it's still so scary. Because if they rush you, you're dead.
Please, for the love of God.
So yeah, I've used one large and one small now, which is
Phil, you should
really good for mets. Like that's crazy good.
One I did earlier, which I got like a 1 hour run. Like I got cock blocked in the corner. So awful.
And now Atlas Mines. This level is not too bad. It's just the jump, which is kind of easy. And then, actually, the last part of this level is scary because I've thrown so many runs. Thank you, Poppy. So the setup here. Oh, my bad. You climb up on the very left. Not super precise. But when you're climbing up, do not hold right or you can get angled climb up, which fucks up everything. So you want to climb up straight. Right, side flip into standing jump, into running jump, and then you do a standing jump. And you hold forward, that Lara starts moving after standing jump, but then stops. Then you do upright, walk, jump. So you get this weird animation where she gets locked. Then you hop back, sidestep left, and when she jumps, you hold left. If you do it too early, this doesn't work. If you do it too late, it doesn't work. You have to time it properly, but it's quite lenient. And you get this co-op glitch where you can glitch through this trail. Flora. Floral beige. Yeah, Flora is better. Do you mind if I call you Poppy still? The newest way, we used to do running jumps here. But now we can use this step. Don't go too far left. You want to go here where you know that it's high enough to reset her jumping, because the way Lara's jumping works in tier 1, if you go one click high step, she resets her jumping sequence, because in this game you can't jump on any frame, so you have to manage your steps properly. So this is the easiest way. You cancel the sequence and you start a new one into running jump and landing +3 or landing +2 jump steps, and you can make this curve jump super easy without like making a proper setup. It's basically a setup for in a moving sequence. Yeah, same Poppy. There's so many things in this game. I didn't remember. Like, I don't remember this run too well. So I guess this is a recap as well.
Hey, Baby Jill.
And this one,
yeah, I haven't streamed.
This one has 3 outcomes, what I know. First, the best one is Tony here And if Tony is here, or Tony Hawk, we call him. If you can see him on the right, it's the best one. You know that you're not going to be drained, at least badly. And if you don't see him here, the chances are he's coming from forward and destroys you. Or you don't see him and he just disappears and do not show up at all. And what I find best is just to know that he's on the right and you are safe. Yeah, I get that. And then this room, you wanna jump this tile, triggers this boulder on the middle. So you wanna jump over it, don't touch it, and then do a running jump on this tile, which triggers this block boulder here. And then another jump here, which triggers the boulder from here coming down. The trigger for it is a third tile from this corner, so 1, 2, 3. And there's a little 3 like white dots here, which I use is when I roll. And I did it too early, so I had to do a little adjustment.
That's good.
I killed 2 runs here prior to this. The way you want to do it, just when you hit the wall, you hold action roll or roll an action. I don't remember which way. I just spammed them together. And don't hold roll, just tap it and hold action. And you land up here. And if you don't hold roll, it's faster to do this kind of turn. You can hold roll, then you just do a roll when you clip up. And it's a little bit slower, obviously. All these little things you have to memorize and know. You embed in the door. You do 1 jump to embed.
Oh my god.
And then I fuck up. You turn left, the camera goes to the right. And then you tap right, so the camera goes back. And then you tap right again once very fast. And then you can do run jumps. After 3 or 4 jumps, you can hold right and get this clip through.
Like 2 weeks. I streamed last weekend, but
and you get to hear the cheese guy, but not actually moving.
Too much shit going on, which I'm not gonna go into.
That was so scary. I think 2 or 3 runs died because I slide down. If you don't make the jump here, you slide down and lose 17 seconds or 18, I think. And it's so bad. I'm scared of the jump every run. I'm almost lucky that I bounced off. And this one is simple, I just go to the end. And I know that I have 2 large medkits. I don't need the med on this level. And
no.
In a good run, you don't need meds anymore. You can be at the 0.
I needed a break.
But it is kind of better to have one because you can have extremely bad RNG on the next level. And the last level. On the last level, it's more about your movement. But on this next level, it's like there's nothing you can do if enemies behave really badly. And for this part, 50 bullets to kill one of them. So I check the ammo count. When it's like 560 or 570, I start moving forward to minimize time to be standing still, hoping that they don't run at me. One of the longest levels casually, but in speedrun, one of the shortest one as well. After this lever, you wanna stay near the wall.
In real life, there were so many things.
If you go here, you trigger this guy too early, and what it gives you, what it makes you to do, or get, how do you say it? Well, okay, I'm gonna rephrase that. this guy, you give him time because he spawns early, he can run upstairs and troll you. So you want to avoid that as long as possible. So you spawn after this lever.
It felt like
And
failure. And then that's
with this strat, if you don't have any mistakes up to this lever, they won't be able to rush you into this tunnel because they're slow enough.
oh my god,
And this is the best RNG. No one shows up. Usually there's one waiting to push you around in this tunnel, but this is like incredible. Hop down. Do this fast because there's this flying guy who can block you and kill you by blocking. So nice. These jumps are scary. Hey, Ospa. You wanna optimize your lines that you don't jump too much, like pointlessly, and you cut corners. I think one of them is scary. This jump is pointless. I do it one extra jump because I forget the sequence. I was also so nervous that I was scared to cut this properly. You pick this ammo. This next, you are not supposed to be able to skip this cutscene on PC, only in PS1. Oh, Icore found a way that if you save and grab basically at the same frame, and then close the game and load the game, it skips the cutscene for some reason. So what I'm doing here is hold F3, F3, action, F5, then I hold F4 and let go of F3 and it advances one frame, which gives me the time save. And then I Alt F4 and load the game, and don't care about the splits because I misclicked them.
You can't do this.
auto splitter. I need to retime it. I fucked up.
I couldn't. I just
I'm not
can't
sure now.
pay attention to that.
Retiming.
Like no, I just have like the timer is not necessary, right? Mods will retime it,
I misclicked.
so that's why everyone's freaking out in chat. Like,
Press
oh,
split
your
and
timer,
then
your
enter
timer.
At the same time.
For the thing with torso is you wanna make it go circle, not like this. What I'm doing, it's like awful. But I got the really bad spawn. Torso can spawn left, right, and middle. Facing left is the best one. I got the right one. And obviously looking right from the Lara's perspective. This, I hate this skip honestly. Edge Campo. You want to do this wall embed so you can see this little strap barely. And then turn around. And then there's two. I have this game really pixelated because you with F3 you can change that setting fast. There's few pixels here I'm looking. I press look to angle myself and then readjust the position. This looks good. So I do again one frame forward, F3, hold forward, F4, let go of F3, and then hold walk and let go, and you get like a half void. If you do this wrong, you're up really high up and it fucks up. Welcome back, Poppy. So it's 5 up left puffers, then 21 jumps, and then you hold upright and you look the gap between her calves or thighs, calves. and then you just spam you hold up right action and spam roll. Hey Rainmaker. Why is the timer run out? Because I messed up in PB.
Yes.
It's like the VOD. Mod just retimed it. It doesn't matter the timer. Like it's not necessary. I misclicked and then auto splitter screw up after a level changed. After this, I know I'm insane pace because even this timer is stopped. I knew that I killed Torso quite fast and I got everything fast. So I know I'm on 57 pace, but I didn't know what pace I'm on. Like I didn't know what pace is it. I know it was 57, 100%. There was no big mistakes. This is the scary part, but like it's easy if you know what you're doing. It's still sketchy every time. Feels sketchy at least. You can, I don't know, maybe you, like there's some mistakes I do here with movement because I'm goddamn nervous. So here I do running jumps, two of them. One is very left, and one cuts the corner. And then you jump like somewhere here, like where the slope starts. Then you can do a little curves. And then straight jumps. And if you do this level properly and this area, the pendulum is always on the same cycle, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna put a bit lower because I think I'm quite excited when the level ends. Or when I get up. I know it. So it's only this wall bug.
Vitun, yes.
Me too, yes. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god. 57, 100%.
And that was after a month of grinding and mental breakdowns.
Oh my god. Yes.
You can't see the time, but it's 57:36.